This is the Feel Good Friday Show, the perfect way to begin the weekend. Only on Our Voice FM.
Yes, you're tuned to the Feel Good Friday Show, and it's John here. And do you know who's just after popping into the studio? He's flying down from Boyle. He had to take a detour because they're taking up the roads out there now, digging them up out there. But I have Gerry Clohessy in here, a musician, a singer, a songwriter from Boyle, from Munster na Buile up there. How are you, Gerry?
I'm good.
How are
good, John.
things?
Thanks very much. I'm grand.
Good. Great to have you in the studio.
Good to be here, yeah.
It's really, really brilliant. So listen, there's been a kind of a renaissance in your musical career. You've been writing music for quite a while now, but you're putting all your stuff up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Tell us about how did you come up with this plan to get your music alive again?
I've had a lot of my music online for quite some time on different platforms and that, but they were all over the place. And I used to upload a song maybe every week onto my Facebook profile.
Right.
And when you clicked on it, it brought you to another website, and you had to click on it and then click on something else to get there. And I was doing a course in the training centre in Boyle about music, and every day when I came back from that I felt like singing. So I sang along to some of my own music, and I said it would be cool if I could find or put them all in a central place that I could have access to them, and if anyone else wanted to have access to them, they could just go on to YouTube and find them. And they're there for me for handiness, but now they're going around and other people can find them easily as well.
And how do they find them? What do they have to punch into YouTube?
What you got to punch into YouTube is just Gerry Clohessy Music.
Oh,
and that's
brilliant.
all. And it'll pop up. There's over 40 songs, video, slideshows up there from God knows how long. There's so many old songs on there as well.
Yeah.
But I'll be adding to them as they come to me, as they say. So, Gerry Clohessy Music, yeah.
Now, if anybody is listening and they kind of say, hey, I recognise that voice. I recognise that husky, absolutely fantastic DJ voice. Yeah, it's Gerry is no stranger to our Voice FM, because Gerry, you've done quite a few shows for us over our we're actually coming up to our 4th birthday, Gerry.
Oh,
our 4th birthday. Thanks very much. I know I look a little bit older than 4, but hey, but yes, you're right. Gerry Clohessy has done some amazing shows for us here on our Voice FM, and you'll always hear them. I always breathe them because they're so blooming good, Gerry. They're so good. So come here. Can we hear some of your music?
Yes, indeed.
Will you introduce a song for us?
This is a sort of a chill track that my friend Bob Clohessy wrote, and he sent it to me a good while ago now, but and I wrote the lyrics to it, and there's not many lyrics to it, but it's called The Midnight Forest.
Midnight Forest, looking forward to it.
Voice FM. Our voices, our stories. Our Voice FM.
So I'm here with Gerry Clohessy. He's a musician, singer, songwriter from Boyle, and he's just popped in to tell us about his. That was a beautiful piece of music.
Oh, thank you.
Midnight Forest.
Midnight
I like it.
Forest,
I like it. I really do. It's so chill, and the guitar work.
Yeah, Bob likes his. He likes his. He's very much Dave Gilmour influenced guitar pieces and that. And, he's great at coming up with different hooks and stuff like that. You know, for guitar based music and that. So we're actually related. We're cousins, myself and Bob, and that. So we know each other all our lives and that, and sending stuff over and back the last few years and that. So hopefully we'll get back into doing some more stuff together, like, you know. Yeah.
And come here. How do you write your music? How do you come up with songs and with lyrics and all that?
Well, lyrics and that, I'm pretty basic with the guitar wise myself. I have just a few basic chords that I use, and I use a lot of sliding chords. They're the same chord, but it's the same one. It's easy to play, and not so hard on the fingers and that. But lyrics, just from my own experience, stuff just comes to me, and I write it down. And you keep editing. Then you try singing it, and if it's too much of a mouthful, you cut out a word or try to get the rhyme right and that. And it's not easy. I'm in the middle of doing a couple of songs at the moment, and I'm not looking forward to do. I'm good at coming up with verses. I can come up with the chorus, I should say first.
Okay. Yeah.
I come up with the chorus, but then I have to try and get a verse to it, and it's harder than getting the chorus. I seem to get that bit first, but but it's so enjoyable when it comes right, when it comes together, and you've got something down on the computer. It's brilliant.
I say it's nice to look back and say, "Wow, I wrote that."
Well, that's it, and that's another reason why that's another reason why I put the stuff up on YouTube, because if I was to pop my clogs in the morning, and hopefully I won't for many years,
hopefully not,
nobody would know that I had these songs at all.
Just after having a look, he's not even wearing clogs, so I don't know what you're talking about, Gerry. Okay.
No one would know that I had recorded these songs at all, because they were locked behind walls of different internet sites, and now that they're on YouTube, they're there for posterity forever, like, you know. So
I love ringing me ma, and when she doesn't answer, sometimes I prefer when she doesn't answer, because my dad's voice is on her message.
Okay.
He's saying, Isha can't come to the phone right now.
Right.
So, and it's just nice to hear my dad's voice every now and again, even though he's gone nearly 10 years now. Right. But so there is something, isn't there? Nice about leaving. Leaving something behind.
Absolutely. Like, you know, it's great.
And emotion-wise, I know in some of the songs are about your journey in life, which hasn't been the brightest or happiest or go lucky. Like, there's a bit of pain in some of those songs, Gerry. Is it hard to write about that, or is it freeing? Does it liberate you, kind of, or is it difficult?
It's when I wrote some of those songs, as I say, they're a few years old now. When I was going through, you know, some bad times, we'll say, and that, and at the time they were quite easy. They were quite easy to write the lyrics and the melodies for. Because I don't know, was it Mick Jagger or someone, the Rolling Stones, said that the devil always has the best tunes, and it's so much easier to write about rock and roll and all the hard stuff, and my dog died and my wife left me and all this sort of thing in the country songs and that. It's much more difficult to write joyful music. Anyone will tell you in that, and songs, whether it be lyrics or melodies or that, to come up with it, because you got to be in that frame of mind to do it in the first place. Whereas I was used to being in a, shall we say, a melancholic sort of way when I was writing those some of those songs, and that's what came out in them. Like, you know, that's just the way they were. So
because like depression was a big part of your life,
big time,
and it must be a hard thing to write about.
Yeah, it comes easy to me because I have the lived experience. I suffer from bipolar disorder and or manic depression, as other people might know about. It's a mood disorder where you get extreme swings of mood, from being elated, where everything is brilliant, fantastic, everything, down to the lowest of the lows of depression, where you just don't want to do anything, and you even down to despair at sometimes. Like, it's really, really dreadful. Anyone that's going through it, they're going through it really, like, But I'm able to, or have been able to anyways, and trying to continue to be able to write about my experiences like that. And it was at the time when I was going through that and writing them, it was quite liberating to do that.
Okay,
like, to get it down. And you can hear some of them they're pretty basic home recordings, and I've left them like that because sometimes not to be blowing my own cause, but you get lightning in a bottle with a vocal sometimes,
right?
And you couldn't redo it if you tried to get the emotion or to get that whatever just into it. And I've left them as they are, and that's the way, as they say.
Okay, they're in their raw state.
Absolutely,
yeah. Which is, that's what. There's a bit of a live feel to them, maybe. Yeah. Jerry, listen, we're talking to 12 minutes already. I can't believe it. Can you give us a song to play out on and maybe introduce it? And let me say once again, thanks so much for coming on to the Feel Good Friday show this morning, and on your way to Roscommon or wherever you're going, do you know what I mean, to pop into us here. So tell us a bit about this song. And
this next song is another song that was written and composed by my good friend Johnny McGlynn. It's I found a sample of a harp loop playing the instrument, the harp, and I sent it to him, and I recorded myself just singing the intro to it, and he got inspired to write the rest of this, and he asked me would I sing on it, and I of course was only too delighted to sing on anything that Johnny does. So this is called I Never Told You. For anyone that you never told, tell them, believe me.
Okay. Thank you, Gerry. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. Thank you. That's a song there by Gerry Clohessy. And I would like to thank Gerry so much for coming in. And all I will say is that please, during Men's Health Week, which is the week of the 12th of June, we will be having a full interview. We will broadcast a full interview with Gerry, where he talks about everything to do with his life and growing up in Boyle, and the trials and tribulations, the highs and the lows, the good things and the bad of Gerry's life, and we'll listen to much more of his music on that show, and we'll advertise that a little later. But I must say, I had the privilege and the honour of sitting down and having a real heart-to-heart with Gerry the other day, and that will be going out on the 12th, the week of the 12th of June, for Men's Health Week. So stay tuned again for that. We'll give you more information on that soon.